Understanding letters of intent, LOIs definition, purpose, and applications. A letter of intent, LOI, is a fundamental document in business transactions and beyond, serving as a preliminary commitment between two parties to engage in a transaction. This article delves deep into what an LOI is, its significance, and the various contexts in which it is applicable. What is a letter of intent, LOI? A letter of intent is a formal proposal that outlines the primary terms and conditions of a potential agreement between parties. It serves as a bridge during the negotiation processes for various transactions such as mergers and acquisitions, partnerships, and joint ventures. While LOIs share similar characteristics with term sheets, they are distinct in presentation. LOIs are formatted as letters, whereas term sheets typically follow a list format. Key features of an LOI. 1. Outlining the terms. An LOI encompasses the critical components of a deal, including stipulations, requirements, and timelines. 2. Non-binding agreement. Most LOIs are intended to be non-binding, meaning the parties aren't legally obligated to follow through with the terms outlined in the letter until a formal contract is signed. 3. Negotiation tool. It serves as a starting point for negotiations, allowing both parties to align their expectations and understandings before the finer details are ironed out. Key takeaways. A letter of intent signifies a preliminary commitment between two parties. It is widely used in major business transactions. LOIs provide a framework for negotiations and help protect the interests of all parties involved. Common provisions within an LOI include non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, and no solicitation clauses. Why are letters of intent important? The primary function of an LOI is to set the stage for future negotiations. It helps in clarification, ensuring both parties understand the main points of discussion and negotiation. Protection, safeguarding the interests of each party by establishing expectations up front. Intent declaration, clearly indicating the nature of the deal, whether it involves a merger, acquisition, or any other kind of partnership. The structure of an LOI. Typically, a letter of intent includes 1. Introduction, identifying the parties involved and the purpose of the letter. 2. Terms of the agreement, specifying the core offer and terms of the potential deal. 3. Due diligence, outlining the kind of due diligence each party will engage in prior to the finalization of a deal. 4. Confidentiality clause, covering any agreements regarding confidentiality and the extent of information sharing. 5. Next steps, indicating what actions each party should take moving forward. Applications of letters of intent. 1. Business transactions. In the corporate environment, LOIs are prevalent, particularly in mergers and acquisitions, detailing the intentions of one company to acquire another, including the method of payment, cash versus stock. Joint ventures, setting the framework for collaborative projects between firms. 2. Personal and family considerations. LOIs extend beyond business applications. For instance, family arrangements. Parents may draft LOIs to communicate their wishes regarding their children's future if both parents were to pass away. While these letters aren't legally binding like wills, they may be considered by family courts in legal proceedings. 3. Academic commitments. In an educational context, LOIs are often prepared by student-athletes. High school athletes might use LOIs to express their intent to accept scholarships from particular colleges or universities, reflecting their commitment to join a school's athletic program. 4. Government grants and funding proposals. Individuals or organizations seeking government funding may utilize LOIs to outline their interest and intention to apply for specific grants, thereby formally expressing their commitment to adhere to the grant stipulations. Conclusion. Letter of intent, LOI, serves as a pivotal tool in both business and personal contexts, bridging the gap between informal discussions and formal agreements. By clearly outlining the preliminary terms and protecting interests, LOIs facilitate smoother negotiations and help in guiding parties toward successful transactions. Understanding how to effectively draft and utilize an LOI can significantly impact the outcome of various agreements, making it an essential aspect of business dealings and personal commitments alike.